I have been with Healthcare Partners for probably 2 years, and my experience has been absolutely terrific. When I go to a specialist, my records follow me. There's no need to actually provide any additional information. They know what's happened in my primary care doctor's office.
Become a healthcare partner today. Medicare open enrollment starts October 15 and ends December 7. Learn more about how you can become a healthcare partner at hcpnv.com.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Dr. Richter from Compassionate Care for Women, providing personalized quality health care for women at every stage of life. News is also brought to you by RV Superstore. We do what other dealers won't. Provide a 3-month warranty on all used travel trailers and motorhomes, 2000 and newer. Call 775-727-7600 today. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Tonight on News 46, get ready for a special night at the Cabaret. Flooding forces pre-kindergarten students to temporarily relocate. And a new book is released to help nonprofits. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, January 16, 2014. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, the Nye County School District is quickly repairing a modular that was flooded recently.
The Nye County School District has temporarily relocated the pre-kindergarten kids on the Nye Community Coalition campus. According to reports, a local plumbing company caused water damage throughout the modular building located on West Street when they apparently installed a water heating system that failed. Belfour Property Restoration has removed almost the whole entire inside of the manufactured dwelling. It appears to have occurred 4 days prior to the kids returning back to school. The kids have been relocated onto a different area of the Nye Community Coalition campus. Belfour will continue to clean up the water damage and doing continued inspections for any possible mold growth before the kids will be allowed back into the building. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, 58-year-old Avery Church of Amargosa was found not guilty last week in the shooting death of a man by the name of John Sprague that occurred in February of 2013 in Amargosa Valley. Church was originally charged with murder with use of a deadly weapon, aiming a firearm at a human being, and 2 counts of discharging a firearm where a person may be in danger. Church's defense was that he shot Sprague in self-defense after the man showed up to his property and hit him during an argument over an earlier incident that happened 2 days prior. Hans Seid, a Pahrump developer accused of bilking hundreds of aging investors out of their life savings in a Ponzi scheme, was sentenced to a maximum of 10 years in prison Wednesday. The district judge also ordered Seid to pay $1.3 million in restitution to some of his victims. In all, Seid's investors across the country lost millions of dollars in the scheme, which came to light in 2008 after Seid filed for bankruptcy. The criminal case focused on only a handful of Nevada victims. Seid entered an all-Ford plea September 11th to a single theft count in an amended indictment that led to the dismissal of 26 other theft and security fraud charges. An all-Ford plea means a defendant does not admit guilt, but acknowledges prosecutors could prove their case at trial. Well, a cabaret show will be coming in April to the Saddle West. The show will benefit art for young people in our community.
I think this is going to be a one-of-a-kind show. We have a one-of-a-kind Don Dino here. He's been a headliner in Las Vegas. He's been all over and does wonderful things, even as far as other charities that he's been involved in. So I think it's a perfect fit for the Arts Council because we're a nonprofit organization. And what this is all about is the children in our community. So this event on April 5th, and it will be Don Dino bringing in a bunch of wonderful performers from Las Vegas and himself and a band and many other things that will be going on. But all of the proceeds for this will go to the Pahrump Arts Council's Youth Arts Program.
Let's find out a little bit more about you.
Sure. I've been in Vegas since 1979, traveled around the world, halfway around the world, worked in Las Vegas, worked many hotels in Las Vegas, was at the Four Queens Hotel for 13 years, straight run, and I'm back. I moved back about a year ago. Yeah. And I'm happy. And I'm all excited about this.
This show is going to be fantastic. The tickets aren't up for sale yet, but we're going to keep letting people know about this. When will they be up for sale?
Well, I think we'll probably start selling tickets about the 1st of February. I think we should probably have all of our logo, all of the advertising lined up by that time, so probably the 1st of February. And the Pahrump Arts Council phone number is always a good one to call for information, and that is 775-751-6776. And of course, these days we're on Facebook, Pahrump Arts Council Facebook page. We have our website, pvpac.org. So there are many ways for people to get information.
Yeah.
And people can get involved in the Pahrump Arts Council all year long. They can become a member, they can volunteer.
That's absolutely right. And the Arts Council is an arts with an S, so we cover everything. The written word, the spoken word, visual, performing, everything. And if you're not an artist or any one of those wonderful types of people, you're an audience like me. So the arts do need an audience.
And you can also donate to the Pahrump Arts Council all year long too as well.
Absolutely, we do. And we have some new regulations now from the state that are governing how we ask for donations, and there'll be more information forthcoming as far as that's concerned. But yes, the Pahrump Arts Council is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. We've been incorporated in Nevada since 1993, and I just want to say we do wonderful things and have done wonderful things for the community in the arts for many, many years.
All right, folks, we'll keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after these messages.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Welcome back to News 46. Willie Bear has released her second book regarding the operations of nonprofit organizations.
Well, the first book is called The Care and Feeding of a Nonprofit Board. And I wrote it when I moved to Pahrump and retired from the nonprofit business to help smaller agencies or even large agencies maintain an active and committed board of directors. That was in 2009, and I had several people say to me, you know, you need to write something from the staff component, the staff point of view as well. So the new book that just came out is called The Care and Feeding of a Nonprofit Executive Director. And it's basically for those who are in the nonprofit world but want to move up the ladder.
And these books come from years of experience with the nonprofits, like you said. Let's talk a little bit about what you have achieved as far as nonprofits all your life.
Well, I went into broadcasting. I worked for Nevada Public Broadcasting in the 70s, not realizing that that was nonprofit. I didn't know what nonprofit was, and I wanted to be Barbara Walters, but somebody else already had the job. So I went into the nonprofit side of it, and it just happened. I loved it a lot. I enjoyed the challenges that it presents in keeping an agency alive. And I worked for, since then I worked for Muscular Dystrophy Association, for the American Heart Association for 11 years, worked my way up to state director in that position, and then I was state director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Nevada for 11 years before I retired here.
You're not very retired here.
No, after I moved here and decided not to do anything but write, I had a phone call from the board of CASA, Court Appointed Special Advocates, the state board. And they said, well, you know, we know of your experience and we'd like you to start a CASA in Pahrump. And I said, I don't think so. I'm really retired. And they said, well, would you help us get it started? And I said, I don't think so. I'm really retired. And they said, well, it wouldn't hurt to get you to go to a meeting, would it? And I said, oh, all right, I'll go to a meeting. And when I got there, they just sucked me right in.
There you go, got you hooked. CASA definitely helps the kids here in our court system, and it was well needed here in the town. How many members strong is it now?
We have, since we started 3 years ago, it'll be 3 years February 1st, we've sworn in 37 CASA advocates. Now, not all of them are still here. A couple had to move to Ely, a couple others moved to Reno, and so forth. So I would say average, we have about 30 active.
Well, AARP Foundation is again providing free tax assistance and preparation for taxpayers with low to moderate income through the AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program. AARP Foundation Tax Aid, in its 45th year, is the nation's largest free tax assistance and preparation service, giving special attention those 60 and older. You do not need to be a member of AARP or a retiree to use this free service. For more information, call 1-888-AARP now. That's 1-888-AARP-NOW. Well, Linda Fitzgibson from the Nye County School District gives us an update on the Fresh Start program, which helps the less fortunate children in the school district.
Well, this whole thing started quite a while back at, probably around October, November with the sock drive. And so once we got all the socks collected, and then we also had in stock from other people collecting over this past year hygiene supplies like soaps and shampoos, toothbrushes, toothpaste, things like that. So what we did, also another thing that Barb did was she got a bunch of people together, the sewing clubs, and they made a bunch of beautiful sewing bags. And so we were able to put our hygiene supplies in there, our socks in there, and into a beautiful bag for the children. So every single one of our McKinney-Vento children, which there's 313 as of our last count, will be receiving one of these bags.
How wonderful is that for them to get this little gift bag from you, especially during these times? You guys have coat drives and sock drives and hat drives to keep these kids warm during these winter months.
Right. We also had some people donate some hats too, so that the hand knitted hats. And so we didn't have 313, but what we did is we made sure that all those schools up north that it's a lot colder than they are up here, or here in Pahrump, they all received knitted hats also. So our community really came together on many, many different levels from many different organizations to be able to put this one little hygiene bag together. And I got to tell you, the kids love the bag itself. I mean, I actually have seen them around town, just being carted around town. They just love that.
That's so wonderful. How can the general public get involved and possibly donate, especially because they constantly need hygiene products?
Absolutely.
How can they do that?
I mean, we all go to, away on vacation for a few days, and you get those little tiny bottles of shampoos and stuff like that, a lot of them you don't use, but you're like, I pay for this, so I'm going to take it. And then you get it home and you throw it in a drawer and it just sits there. So just put it in an envelope or put it in a bag. You can take it directly over to the Nye County School District, their main office. I have a little box over there. Just walk in the door, say, this is for the McKinney-Vento program, and they'll go ahead and put it in the box, and I will be able to get it, and then we'll put it all together. Like I said, this year it's called the Fresh Start, stepping into the fresh new year. And so what we did is we put this all together and give it out every January. It's our hope that if we have enough supplies, we would like to do it again in May before the kids go out for the summer.
Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more news for you after this break.